Welcome back to Graceful Art Designs. I'm glad to see you again. So today I'm going to be doing something different. I've covered the canvas with acrylic white. I'm going to be doing something quite ambitious. In the past I have painted, intentionally painted sunflowers and canary, painted simple roses on small canvases. I've intentionally painted some distance from the gold because I don't want the gold mixing with the brown. The gold mixing with the green, it tends to make brown. And I don't want the stalks going too high because I'm going to be painting more roses, and I also found with my sunflowers the green went into the sunflower colour and made a ruddy brown colour. So just there. But as you can see, it is forming some nice cells. So once it settles, the gold will shine through. But if not, I'll just have to paint and I use this big hairdryer with 2000 watts which is very strong, but on the low setting and with the muzzle attached. So you can see what I've done with the green. I've laid on a mixture of the green and the silver and just very quickly covered with white. And on top of that I've got some light green and this white with the squares on top. So just keep blowing the green until it blew off the edges. And there are some white spaces in between where I can put the colour for the roses. And I'll just have to work with the rest. So, and I blew the gold back this way, and that revealed the gold. So I will put down the colours for the roses, and then I'll bring it back. I've laid down all the colours, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens because it's not, again, not exactly how I intended. I wanted to start blowing out the bottom colours first, and then moving my way to the top. I didn't expect the green would go all the way to the top, and it has. And the colours have started mixing on their own, even now. I've put down very small little drops of a teaspoon of the colours. I use at least 2 or 3 colours on each, like different shades of red and different shades of blue and different shades of yellow. So I put down like maybe 2 drops from each colour, maybe 3 in some, a bit of white in some, and yet it is just really huge amount of things, so this doesn't turn too bad. So what I've done is, see, I've made the outlines of some roses some lovely interesting mixtures and colours, and I think it's going to look pretty. The gold didn't dry very much darker except there and there, so that I will have to come back and paint in. I'm going to paint the roses now with a medium sized brush of 14, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint the outside in and try and keep what's in there. That'll be a red rose, this will be more of a plummish purple or purpley one. Purplish one, dark purple, blue. This one I'll make yellow. Here I'll make blue. Here I'll make white. Another one there. Yellow there. Here a peachy on outer petals. Makes an interesting design. So here I've made a blue one, a blue rose, and I've kept what was there. There I've made a very soft blue rose, I've kept what was there. There I've made a blue with a sort of golden centre. Here I'm going to do a yellow one, and it's got most of the colour already. So I'm just going to do some large petals on the outside. So it will be mixed colour. Because it's too lovely to use with those interesting colours on the inside. That looks perfect. And it will dry darker. So here's another yellow one up here. It's a mixture. So I'll just make a yellow one there. Maybe 2 or 3. Variety. One hanging down here. There'll be green in between. And here I'll make another yellow one. Now I did make markings for a leaf there, but I don't want that leaf there anymore. So I'll just do some soft markings like that. And I'll probably have to come back and do another layer. Let's try. It's got a large leaf. And then that could be a mixture of yellow and red there. So wasn't originally my intention, but sometimes you see things and then you see things differently. Now, it might not be such a good idea using these pouring paints with the painting upright because they do tend to